parsnip soup with bacon. I'm gonna get the first batch because the bowl's full of parsnips into the pot here because I'm making a really full pot. I'm gonna turn the heat up a bit. I started the pot with bacon. Half a pound of bacon, browned it up, and we're gonna save the bacon bits as a crispy topping. And I saved a bit of those drippings and I added some butter, or you can use ghee, or you can use avocado oil, or whatever you like. I used a few tabs of butter and a tiny bit of drippings. I used very meaty bacon, so there weren't many drippings. But I add a little butter before I add the parsnips in. A lot of the nutrients in our vegetables are actually in the skin. So don't peel them. So you just give them a good scrub. That's really all they need. But leave the skin on, and I just trim the very, very top, just a little rough root end. And then we just slice them. We're gonna puree the soup. So all we have to do is get our knife through these guys. So we're using a good amount of salt here, guys, to get all the juices out of our parsnips. Again, you need 2 pounds to make 1 batch of soup. I'm making a double batch. I have closer to 3.5, 4 pounds in here because everyone loves this so much. I have to be able to share it with my friends. So I'm gonna stir this around, and instead of black pepper, for the parsnip soup, I actually prefer white pepper in this. Here goes the nutmeg. Oh, about 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon. I partially cover the pan to allow some steam to escape, but to trap most of the heat and force these guys to sweat it out. We're now gonna add in a couple of leeks. This is 2 leeks. And we're going to add in 2 ribs of celery chopped, 2 small or 1 large bay leaf, and give this a good stir. I'm gonna go ahead and also put in our garlic and thyme, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of thyme. And this is magic. We've talked about this many times. Parmigiano Reggiano, we're gonna put a rind into our soup so that the soup as it cooks will taste like Parmigiano Reggiano and all of these delicious things that are already going on in the pan. So now, this is softened in 2 batches over several minutes. So we can remove this now too. It's done its job. Now we're going to take, again, either vegetable or chicken. I'm using chicken bone broth. And look at the gelatin stuck to the bottom of the bowl from the bone broth. Look at that. Getting that in there. And we're gonna give that a stir. And we're just gonna let this simmer through a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna puree it with a stick blender. We're gonna add 1 cup of cream at the end to make it rich. Again, that is an option. If you wanna make this vegan, you can blow that off. It's still gonna be absolutely delicious. All we did was add in that cream and blend everything. I'm gonna take the heavy baby over. And now we're gonna do the fun part. What's the fun part? The toppings. So we're gonna start with a few ladles of our parsnip soup. Gorgeous. And then we're gonna top it. I started our pot, again, you can make this vegan or vegetarian, but I started our pot with bacon, really meaty bacon. I have these beautiful, from Chef's Garden, beautiful micro cilantro, dill. I love dill in this dish, so I always put the dill. And then these are micro leeks, little baby itty bitty teeny tiny, like a scallion. I love dotting this gorgeous soup with the chili crisp. It just is such a great mix-in.